Hi, one of my children is in theater and I've been asked to make a bunch of these for the theater teacher. These are accessory bags that the children can put their shoes in as well as their costume accessories up here. He needs about 40 of them. So he gave me a huge roll of fabric and he gave me this. So I created a pattern out of it and then sort of deconstructed it in my mind and figured out the process. So I will run you through how to construct it. I have quite a few here, so I figured I would make this quick tutorial video for any of the other moms that are choosing to help construct them. Since 40 is a lot, they take me about 15 minutes a piece, so that's a lot of hours. So the first thing is, it is 3 pieces. It's fairly simple, it's all straight sewing. There is the back piece, there is the front piece that goes up here, and then there is a pocket piece that goes along here. So this will eventually come up like this, and that will be the construction. Step 1 is to take the front pocket piece, the rectangle, and we are going to create a hem essentially along the top of it. I'm going to serge along this edge, and then I'm going to press this down 5/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to take it over to my sewing room and I'm going to stitch a 1/2 inch seam allowance down. So I'll show you. Serge along the edge, but do not cut off any extra. Press up 5/8 inch seam allowance. So a hem at essentially 1/2 inch. Now, the wrong side of the pocket will go to the right side of the front panel. And you're just going to line up all of the edges and you're going to do a basting stitch all the way around to just hold it in place. So you would do that at about 1/4 inch. After that, then you're going to do 2 top stitching lines down in one, about at the 3rd mark across there to create the pockets. Here's where we are at so far. We've got our little pockets. Now I'm going to serge along the bottom of this and create a hem and do almost the exact same thing that I did with this right here. I'm going to serge it, I'm going to turn it 5/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to stitch it at the 1/2 inch mark. Now your front pocket is assembled and ready to be attached to the back. For the back, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom edge. I'm going to serge it and then I'm going to fold it over, press it, and do once again one of those hems across the bottom. Not demonstrate all of that again because it's exactly the same thing. Rinse and repeat. So this is going to be the right side, this is going to be the wrong side. So we're going to take the right side, which is this, of our back, and then we're going to take the right side of our front, and we're going to put them face to face like that. Once they are right sides together and all lined up on their upper edges, then you can see it all lined up like this. Now we're gonna flip the bottom, see that's our finished edge, up, and we're gonna slightly cover the pocket section. We're gonna measure 4 inches down, and we're gonna line that up at the 4-inch mark on both sides, just like that. And just like that. Now I'm going to pin a few pins along both of these sides to keep it secure, and then I'm going to do a 5/8 inch seam allowance down to here and along here. All pinned and ready to go. I didn't do all the way down, just a preference. I don't need to, but if you feel like it'll hold it more secure, then pin it all the way down. Okay, so these are stitched along the side. Now the only thing that is left to do is to stitch along here, but we need to fold this down on both sides and give it a good press before we do the shoulder seams from here to here and here to here, because that will create the opening for the hanger to get through. The fold line on the pattern is at about 1.25 inches down. So if you just measure 1.25 inches down and then just make them equal, then press that, and then you'll have it ready to go to sew your shoulder seams at a 5/8 inch seam allowance along here. So I gave it a good press, and now the shoulder seams are done. It's totally assembled. I am going to serge up this side, this shoulder, and this side, just because it's not necessarily necessary, but it will prolong the life of it because it will keep that from happening, and it'll just make it last longer. So if you remember, this is the one that I was given to make one from. And now got it all serged together. And now I'm just gonna start turning it right side out. And try and push my corners in nicely. Okay, you're gonna turn it right side out, and your hanger should fit right in. And now you have the pocket for your shoes and the pocket for your accessories. So there it is. Not too terribly hard.